Passions. Everyone has them. And I've always wondered, why do people go through with them? I mean, I've had passions in the past, but they've kind of fallen off at this point. Maybe it's because I find something that I find more interesting. Maybe something that I think is more exciting. Something that will bring back that original passion I had to learn. Now, for me, I found myself losing passion recently. And in a way that I wasn't able to replace it like I used to be able to. But why? I didn't really expect this video to be the first one I made beyond school projects. But here I am. I'm making this for a very particular reason. I found myself losing passion in things in the past because I was too afraid to take the first steps into them. I've always had a passion for filmmaking. I always knew that I wanted to make films when I was younger. Maybe not as a full-time job or anything, but as soon as I saw short films and videos, I knew that I wanted to take part in that. But I was too afraid. Because everything I did needed to be perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, then I couldn't get started. And that's the general problem I have with a lot of new passions I want to explore. And this is a prime example. In order to start this, I wanted to know everything there was to know. I wanted to know all of the techniques. I wanted to know all of the ins and outs of all the programs and all of the skills necessary to do this before I even got started. And that's just not possible. There are people that spend their entire lives studying for this and working towards this, trying to get that level of mastery beyond what they're currently at. And yet I expect to know all this before I even start. I didn't know why I had to know that, but I attribute that to perfectionism. Because with perfectionism, everything needs to be perfect, even if it's your first time doing something. The reality is I couldn't do that. Because there's no way anyone can do that. For as perfect as I wanted the product to be, I needed to just start it. Because I was stuck in a mindset that in order to do the things I wanted to do, I had to know everything to do it. But in order to get that knowledge, I had to do it in the first place. So I guess that brings us here, making this video. Because that's the reality of it. I need to get started on this. Because if I don't, I will never get started. I don't think this video is going to be of any measurable quality or anything. But by doing this, I'm doing something. And I'm learning. In the future, I want to make a video addressing how to handle losing those passions that you have and continue fighting through them. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this. Because this is what I needed to do to get started. And my hope is that by me doing this, it'll inspire some of you guys.